given how we found our door open last time. And this time, I'm wondering if maybe you didn't see someone come in. Well, that's actually major cause for concern, because last time, even though we were happy to just kind of grit our teeth and do what we needed to for our daughter, last time Big Jim crossed a line. Of course, it pretty much goes without saying that he doesn't see lines, but before we were disconnected from it, we could at least rationalize that we were burying someone else's daughter. But this time, Tyler, our friend who got us into this in the first place, was killed by him on the very flimsy suspicion of being against Big Jim. And then right after, he had the audacity to have us clean up his daughter's mess. It's very clear that this isn't sustainable, but what can we even do at this point? We're in too deep. I gotta say, it is a... you can definitely hear that. It is a very dark and very stormy 6 a.m. for me. The kind of rainy where I can't even see the sun yet. And so it's always times like this that I want to come in and play these Zen games. Nothing like mopping up some blood.
One last touch. Elena, what would you think about your dad if you knew what he did to get it?
Well, let's hope she never finds out, right? She must be getting ready to come back. We are renovating the room. Well, it looks like a normal girl's room.
Sorry, Dexter, but it's no time for a walk.
Well, you wouldn't know it yet, but I imagine that we've already got another job, right? And the door is open once more. Somebody's coming in and out of here. One of you commented last time that it's pretty much a certainty at this stage that the house is bugged. But, I mean, he's already been pretty open about knowing everything we're up to. I'm feeling better from Elena. Hi, Dad. I wanted to let you know that I'm starting to feel better. The doctors say the treatment's working, and I've been able to get out of bed more often. I even joined in on a group activity today, and it was fun. It felt good to laugh again. I still have to take it easy, but it's nice to see some progress. I can't wait to come home and spend time with you and Dexter. I miss you both every day. Love you. And just like that, that's all it takes. Everything we're doing, it is worth it. From Pedro Rascal, Modern Art Night, and this is a big, big payout. $14,500 before any stealing. And Modern Art Night sounds like there may be plenty of opportunities for a heist. However, body count 10 and maximum location size. I don't think we've seen this before. I believe that after the last VIP event, my art gallery requires their cleaning services. We use the entire building, so it might need some work. Lots of people involved. Once you arrive, you'll understand what I mean. This time, not everything went according to plan. I can't risk making any more mistakes. I'm already in trouble with some important people, so I'm hoping you can help me clean up this mess. T. I'll try. Man, this is going to be the biggest job yet by far, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look at our skill tree and see what we could stand to improve. We've already got all that. Maybe we start using the pressure washer some more. It's been really neglected, so let's increase the tank capacity. Increases the pressure washer's strength over time. I use that more than I use detergents. What else? Increases all stats by 35%, including water consumption. Definitely want that. Coverage more, yes. And we can get one more thing. Let's increase strength. There we go. All in on the most neglected part. That's late game for you. Or, I assume pretty close to late game. Now, it's probably not smart of us to take trophies from these places, but I mean, if you look around, this is a cool detail. Like, things are getting more tidy. Things are getting more, well, nice. We've been spending some of that on making sure she has something to come home to. The table's set, it's not as dirty. And it looks like they've even turned the lights back on. I just really hope it lasts. But I guess we all know that's not really a possibility. I mean, haven't you ever seen a Scorsese movie? A murderous game was secretly hosted in the Modern Art Gallery for rich VIPs to watch. Its participants had to fight each other to the death in order to win the promised prize. God, the corruption in the city is even worse than I thought. And at that point, can you even blame me for doing what I do?
It'll be a long night. Seeing with my own eyes what these billionaires use their money for was disgusting. While some of us are trying to make ends meet, others find pleasure in some gruesome fun. The world really is just a playground for the rich.
Whoa. I didn't realize it was going to be this kind of museum. Good luck and good night. Somehow that's even creepier than all the other crime scenes, because those were just the remains of a crime scene. This one was planned and an event. Even still got balloons on the ground there.
Cleaning artist reporting for duty.
I suppose you could say that. I do pretty great work. This better not be one of them nights at the museum where all the exhibits come to life at night. At the museum. Well, look, it's one of the sculptures from Beetlejuice. Here, let's just put you right back. Thank you. And what about this thing? Can this go somewhere? I imagine it will. Oh, God. Look at you. You unhinged your jaw like a snake. And the speaker systems are playing all the sounds of, I guess, Cretaceous ambiance.
I believe that none of them came here to admire the art.
Although they must have had some appreciation to come for something like this, huh? Oh, God. The thing is, though, like, how could this have gotten out of hand if you knew that this was the kind of event that this was supposed to be? The only thing I can think is the clear destruction to these priceless artifacts. Maybe that part wasn't supposed to happen. I don't even know what I'm doing. We need to start looking for a faucet. You know, one of my earliest memories, and in fact one of the earliest recorded instances of me, it's this old video I have from when I was like 3 or 4, and we were at the Museum of Natural History in New York City, and I was standing in front of the T-Rex in their front lobby, and I remember I was being goaded to go stand in front of it so they could take my picture, but I kept turning around to glance at it, and I remember distinctly the reason why, and it's because I was very concerned that while I wasn't looking, the museum staff would rush over and put the skin back on it, and it would eat me. Anyway, let's clean up this crime scene. Ooh. Okay, so it's not just a matter of history, it's also a matter of modern art, which is what I thought this was in the first place. And that up there looks quite valuable, so it's also potentially a parkour course. Although, don't tell them I said that. Oh, there's a tape over here. Left to perish on a desolate space station, he succumbed to madness and crafted a haunting melody in an unknown tongue, using only the ship's electronics. Quite a backstory. But like most of the music here, I like it. They did a really great job choosing artists for this. Let's just put that table back on its pedestal. where those things go. So it's all manner of different exhibits then. I'm just putting stuff back as I go because not having this stuff around just means a backlog of stuff to work on when I come back here. There's got to be a faucet somewhere. Okay, right over here. That looks like a bathroom, so let's get this stuff out. You know, having solid color floors in an art installation makes it a lot easier on the contrast to get rid of this stuff. I could actually get used to cleaning a place like this. Is that a dinosaur bone in the gold toilet? Because it sure looks like it. Okay, let's get you out of the way. And why is there no... Because it's not a real bathroom. It's not a real bathroom, and water does not come out of this faucet, and I'm wasting my time here. Okay, so are we going to be doing a little bit of crime scene reconstruction here as well? Honestly, I'm amazed that thing is still standing. If we actually have to repiece this thing back together, there we go. Bunch of animals here, I swear. Or the world champions at Jenga. Alright, let's put this back on because it's really, really bothering me. Oh my god, look at this thing. It would be irresponsible of me to walk away without a thumbnail. Okay. But we still haven't answered our question. Where are we going to find a faucet? Not in here. That looks like part of a poster. But that's a corpse, isn't it? You know, given everything that's supposed to have happened here, I'm actually surprised at how little of a bloodbath it seems like. I mean, you would think it would just be carnage everywhere. What I'm thinking is that that just means it's hiding somewhere. That's usually the case if a crime scene is deceptively clean. After all, they don't call it a clean scene. Look at that. Aren't you unfortunate? That is just bad luck right there. You've got a weapon, you're standing in a defensive corner, and somebody, maybe somebody up on that stand, just pushes that thing over on you. I wonder if this actually is a priceless historic artifact. Just gonna end up in whatever landfill Big Jim stores bodies in. What is this? This is kind of eerie. Oh god, is there a way to turn the lights on? There is so much blood here in a streak leading into the maze. Oh my god. Is that a Roomba? Wait, hang on. That's a Roomba. And it is not doing its job at all. Maybe it's full, but there is, for some reason, water right here. I guess for keeping hydrated. Maybe this actually is a functioning gym. Although that's quite a lot of glass for a functioning gym, don't you think? There we go. Okay, now this is what we're using. And look, I gotta figure this place is segmented off for a reason, right? It's segmented off because it wants us to take these things piecemeal, do one area at a time. And unfortunately, part of that means I'm gonna have to relieve you of your duty.
Fuck you.
Kowalski does not share a similar respect for you. Okay. Let's get started, I guess. Actually, I mean, I can follow this trail fairly easily, but this would be a great place to make use of the UV lamp. Let's get one of these. I like how each one has like a sub-menu. What is that up there? Oh, well, not my problem. Whatever it is, it's absolutely stained with blood. Oop. I guess we'll figure out what happens with you later. In the meantime, let's continue feeling our way around in the dark. What is it? A crate? Huh. So we're just leaving this stuff out, huh? I mean, not that I should be surprised, given the valuables people leave around. I don't even remember how many $100 bills I've stolen, but still. Okay, let's just continue following this, and we'll get a lot of blood really easily. And I think we're starting to make our way towards another body. So what, out of 10 bodies, we found like 3 or 4 so far? I can't believe that in the morning, patrons are going to walk through those doors, and they're going to explore the museum, and they're going to point out exhibits to their children, and they're going to have no idea what this place looked like only a few hours before. What took place here only the night before. That is absolutely crazy to think about. Like, everywhere else we've been, it seems like it'll probably just be empty, vacant for a while. But this, it's like nothing happened. And do we have the right to do that? And the answer is, who had the right to bankrupt a family for a child's medical bills? I always love playing a game like this on a night like this because, well, actually, I guess to explain why I like having this game in the rotation, I should explain the way I sort of make these videos and keep track of what I need to do and when. So, the way I see it, I need to create one video every day in order to not lose out on backlog. I like to have a lot of videos recorded and edited and ready to go at a given time, so that if I have to take off for something, if somebody wants to hang out, or if I have to do something, I have enough wiggle room to do that. And lately I have tons of wiggle room. That's why I'm releasing a lot of stuff early on the Patreon. And the way I determine that is I think in terms of like, okay, I need 2 points per day. So that'll be one video being recorded would count as a point. Me recording this right now is a point. Editing a video also counts as a point. Or really any combination of the two. So I could record 2, I could edit 2, and anything I do in addition to that, that just gives me a greater backlog. So that's also good to do. And within that, I kind of divide videos up into 2 types. I divide them up into series and main stage. So main stage would be like your Voices of the Void, your Garry's Mod, a one-off, anything that goes in that like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday rotation. And then you have series, which go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and those will be for like ongoing series for the sake of keeping them coming every other day. Stuff like, well, this, stuff like Who's Lila, or Infro when that was on, anything like that.
The dinosaur went on a killing spree.
It sure did. Wow, this thing's parts are really getting around. You tried to defend yourself with a medieval shield, but this thing was the killing blow. Okay, I guess we'll go find out where this goes. The last thing I want is to leave a bunch of dinosaur bones around and have to hunt them all down at the end of the night. So anyway, right now I have an absolute ton of main episodes. I have like no series episodes, so that's why I'm here now.
What a dumb exhibition.
I sort of agree. Because you just know all this stuff is getting broken first time the basketball court is used. But you know what? I think... Hang on, we can interact with this.
The best defense is a good offense.
Or so they say. I guess this guy could have stood to take that to heart, huh? Alright, let's start bringing you guys back. That's always been our earliest goal, and, well, here it doesn't quite apply as much, but it still makes things easier. It helps us identify where we have and haven't been, and what there's still to be done. Where was that other corpse back here? Yes, you, the unfortunate woman crushed by a dinosaur.
The chances of getting killed by a dinosaur are low, but never zero.
That's right. as Dennis Nedry found out the hard way. All right, let's get you back. Although, I feel like this is significantly skewing those statistics, because we found 2 people killed by dinosaur right here. It's kind of like the statistics about vending machines, how they say about 15 people are killed by vending machines every year. But in reality, most people aren't killed by vending machines. The statistics are heavily influenced by vending machine Jim, who gets killed by about 20 per year. Is it just me, or are the bodies on this level a bit more realistic and detailed looking than the usual? I don't know, just something I've noticed. Let's clean all this up and do some art restoration. Or is it wrong to do this? By removing this blood, are we removing part of this piece's history, its unique voice? If anything, I feel like we've removed from the value. But that's just my opinion. Random puddles all over the place are usually good to get rid of, because I don't want to end up accidentally tracking stuff all over the place. Even if it does make for a slightly less methodical approach. It just bothers me, all this stuff out in the open. Even if I don't have to walk over it, it's still here. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. I said earlier that I would be doing this exhibition first, and that is precisely what I should be concerning myself with. So let's have another walk around and see if the UV light doesn't pick anything up. These stains that seem to be built into the texture of the mirror are certainly not helping.
More war supplies.
A frying pan, pills, energy drinks? What is this, a battle royale? I mean, actually, yeah, I suppose it is. Look at that. They left these crates around to give supplies for them to work with. I feel like I could sell those pills. I feel like those have to be worth something, right? I mean, they come in an orange bottle and everything. Other than that, though, that... I want to say that appears to be all of it, but it says 16% of blood wiped. Is it actually possible for me to make my way to that piece? Yes, it would seem so. Oh my.
What is that even for?
Different colors. Actually, wait. Could it maybe have something to do with the mirror image? I'm seeing colors along that wall in the mirror. Is that how I left it? I don't believe it is. I also don't believe that's how a mirror works. Maybe it's not a mirror. It is not how I left it. Okay, it's a memory game. Oh god, I knew it would have something to do with this. Okay, so all the way over on the right side, it's pink up top, orange below. Wait. Pink up top, orange below, blue, green, and then nothing but static for you guys, right?
I'm in.
There we go. I am actually kind of proud of that, or at least proud for getting it fairly quickly. What is all this? I don't like this hall of mirrors and/or portraits. I feel like an emperor who's about to be drunk. Destroy all enemies! What? What? We're doing this? We're really doing this? Okay, I would have been happy with just keeping and selling the katana. Okay, here's where we get revenge on whatever was haunting that house. No, you don't. Die, you demons of the paintings. Mirrors, whatever they're supposed to be. We appear to be trapped here until we take care of you. Goodbye. Ah, those glowing red eyes. There you are. Well, we did it. Do we have to get rid of all this? Do we get to keep the katana? Are we not getting paid for all these shenanigans? Huh. Of all the things I expected to be doing tonight, this was certainly not on the list. Oh my god. We do get a reward. From the humble servant that suggests there's a lot more going on here. Economy of pain. The song from just now. Alright, well I suppose that's this place taken care of, and we can now start to move on. This is going to be an absolutely gigantic job. So let's be a bit preemptive. Let's fill this one up, and let's take another one to fill up. So let's take another one to fill up. It's really weird that I have to specify when there's only one left. Okay, let's deal with this exhibit back here. Ah, yes, the Triceratops. I'm thinking we might want to throw a blanket or a tarp over his head or something. Don't want him to see that we're here. Otherwise, he might call the Triceratops. There we go. I've got to see. Yes, we do. We just have the katana forever from now on. That is so cool. I've never actually seen an Easter egg that we had the ability to take with us from a job site. Hopefully it doesn't despawn from our inventory after we leave here. Somebody bled right up to the box, which unfortunately for them did not contain anything useful for whatever dire predicament they found themselves in. Look at that, they only found one of these.
That must have been a terrible joke.
How horrible. She walked towards what she thought was her only chance at salvation. Oh well. What was this? He uses a bludgeoning tool or something? Alright, let's get rid of you. There we go. Is there some place I can put you? You don't look like you belong in this exhibit. At this rate, we're a night museum keeper.
Cleaning comes before fixing.
Yeah. Look at that. You get screwed over here, came over here where you were pressed against the wall, and just kind of desperately buzzing around that wall until you finally succumb to blood loss. Oh well. Start making more use of the power washer soon. Do not make any more of a mess than you already have, please.
One hell of an unlucky guy.
This will only be the third body we've removed. We've got so many more to go. Doesn't seem like we can actually read any of the information, but I imagine we probably wouldn't have a whole lot of time for that to begin with. Let's start. Actually, let's see how well the power washer works in a scenario like this, shall we? There we go. It says a tool for larger stains, and this is certainly a larger stain. That's pretty good, actually. Pretty good indeed. There we go. This is perfect for a tiled environment like this. Too far from the pressure washer. Yep. about ready for new water. Dang, it's got some distance, huh? Okay, this is now our new best friend. After I had neglected it for the entire game, after it didn't seem very good in the bathhouse. I mean, we did put it to some use there, but it just always seemed easier and more fun to mop. But here, something like this. And don't even ask me about drains where all this water is going. That's something for the police to never figure out. How does it work on things like... Oops. Totally empty. Okay, hang on. Let's go fill her up. Yeah, sure, like that. Why not? Yep. I want to see how you work on a prop like this. Something that would have to be moved back into place. Not badly. Not badly by any means. Okay, this thing doesn't seem to have a major drawback. I mean, there are still times where we'd want to use the sponge because something like this would probably be the most destructive. But we need not concern ourselves with that. Oh no, that's just kinda material and texture and gunk. It's not actually anything to do with this thing. There we go. Is that all the blood? Or are you still covered in some? I mean, there's some right there. And some on the front of you.
I can't put it back like that.
You say you can't, but I can't tell if this is texture or some other nastiness. Seriously, what is wrong with this thing, if anything? That side of the face. And now we can set you right. There we go. Now, it may sound like I'm kissing up a little bit, but to be fair, Tyrannosaurus Rex is historically the king of the jungle. So it only makes sense that we would clear space for him. Okay, that's it. Oh man, I'm actually... you can probably tell, but I am getting really drowsy here. I already pulled an all-nighter recording the next couple of series parts, which you'll probably see this before those, but it is a long-requested one. And in these more conversational videos, it's always hard to keep my tongue shut. Tongue shut? I really am exhausted about all the stuff that's done and coming soon. Because sometimes videos sit for, like, months. I explain this whenever I get a chance, but it is my fault for causing some confusion, so on the Discord, you know, there's a section where you can suggest games and stuff for me to play, and I do have a list of games that I will definitely play in the near future. And people have been annoyed when stuff has stayed on there for a long time, but being on that list does not necessarily mean the near future. All it means is that I have recorded it, at the very least. That it is 100% going to happen because I have put the work in, and the product already exists. That's the only time I'll truly announce something as I'm doing it, because I have a billion and one things that I want to do. Stuff like Humaniki and Among the Sleep, and, like I said, a billion other things. Hello? Look at this guy, it's the Magically Pleurodon. Let's just put you back where you belong. There we go. I'm kind of impressed with how sensitive you are to not putting something back unless it's completely unobstructed. Okay, I feel like there's gotta be another washing station around here somewhere, right? We are not going to be washing anything anytime soon.
Praise the Duck Lord.
Yeah, you're telling me. These ducks have been showing up in imagery all over the place. I also know for a fact that this song is the one that was causing me copyright issues. So let's start something else and then stop it. I love how you felt the need to subtitle my silence. It was that important. Let's bring him back. Oh my god, this place is gigantic. Okay, there you go. It's gonna be
Sayonara, brave samurai.
4 bodies. Okay, you know what? It'll be a lot easier to take this area now. Take the areas closest to the front door. Thank you. There's bloodstains everywhere, and it's so dark in here. Not super dark, just dark enough to hide bloodstains, like the stubborn ones. So we've got a work cut out for us. Ooh, we're now entering the West Wing. Is Martin Sheen here? Thank you.
The day the music survived.
Technically music survives every day. It's not destroyed in its entirety. Which hasn't happened yet, except for that town in Footloose. Anyways, I feel like this will feel a lot less intimidating once some of the stuff is set up right. That's a big part of the challenge of this game, is looking at something and feeling overwhelmed by it, because that can put you off right away. But if you can get yourself into a good groove where you're constantly doing... I talked about this in the last part. When you're constantly doing just a little bit more before you sign off for the day, you tend to get it all done.
I should clean it first.
Yeah, there's a balloon in the way, crazy, right? There we go. Locked. And you're all posed up with that dinosaur bone. So, ooh. The working Joe that probably went crazy and killed you all is there. Look, 2 toppled mannequins. And you've been posed. That's not part of the game. You've been posed in some kind of twisted recreation of a concert. Like you're the lead singer. Maybe somebody trying to make a point? Well, no time for that now. We need to get all the blood out of this carpet like we've done a billion times before. Again, why don't I open a legitimate dry cleaning service if I can do stuff like this? I could literally wash a suit in like 2 seconds this way. It's not even hard. It would be perfect. Look at that. Red beyond the velvet rope. Looks like somebody stumbled under that rope and crawled over this way. Okay, we don't have a tremendous amount of time. All this stuff is connected. Ugh. Does all this stuff really matter? I mean, it would help hide the fact that there was a party in here. All right, let's take this on with our sponges. Do I have another UV lamp? No. Hang on, let's go get that first. Honestly, it might be faster just to do this on our own, but at this rate, I think This will be good rather than a flashlight. Okay, worry about those footprints later. Right now, you gotta take this piece by piece. Yes, very, very useful for this gallery. Thank you. And I acknowledge that some of this may have been my doing. There we go. I'm honestly surprised we walked in here and didn't find a body taped to this thing in a crucifixion scene. Here we go. Every piece of art has got two sides. When the gallery is designed this way, sometimes that can be taken literally. Oh, that blood begun. Ooh. Ooh, you managed to crawl your way into a back room. And tell you what, the sooner we can locate all these bodies, the sooner we know we've located all the areas. God, it is so weird to still be at this stage of the game. But it is just that much of a bloodbath. Do you guys remember stickdeath.com? I've always associated the word bloodbath with stick death because I think I heard it in one of their clips, but in the very early 2000s, it was a site where it was just nothing but games and flash animations of stick figures killing each other. I had so much fun on it, and it's a site I should probably not have been allowed on at all. That was the early internet, you know? It was so full of just these, like, really weird niche sites, and mostly word was spread by word of mouth. It wasn't as centralized as all this, where it's like, okay, if I want to watch a video, I'm going to go on YouTube. If I want to watch a streamer, I'm going to go on Twitch. If I need an answer, I'm going to Google it. Back then, it was just wherever. You would type in words and see what comes up. This box was never opened. Health kit. Some sort of crazy axe. Would that qualify as a halberd? And I feel like I should be able to sell these cigarettes. In any case, we can open up the lockers, which means there's bound to be riches. There we go, nothing more. I'm really suspicious of a kitchen just being a kitchen. Like, I know it's supposed to be a backroom break area, but even still, ooh. But we can learn the innermost thoughts of whoever worked here. There's a VIP event planned for tomorrow. Count it as your day off. No need to turn anything off. Tex will take care of everything. We will see each other on Monday. Have a good rest till then. Manager.
Never say no to a paid day off.
Here, here. And at least we know that at least some of the conventional staff isn't in on it. Okay, there must be something to steal here. There must be. I suppose not. Ooh, and we just came out onto backstage. Meaning we now have access to that dinosaur bone. Okay, come on, Working Joe. Just a little bit of effort and you can stand on your own. It's like trying to write the Tin Man, I swear. Whoops. You, person who used to be a person, just kind of stay out of my way, will ya? If I go around... Well, somebody did. Is there a doorway here? There is. It almost seems like somebody did make it all the way through here. But that couldn't be the case. Just that one bloody handprint on the drum?
Someone didn't get along with the rest of the band.
No, they did not. But hey, as long as we're finding bodies, we're making progress, right? This will be the halfway mark? Which means that things are looking up. even if they're not really. Look, man, I don't know where I'm going with this. You're just watching me clean a museum of multiple homicides. It's a responsibility I chose, and if I get some criticism for doing it, well, that's fine. Okay. There's that other bucket. In fact, it's going to come with us. Let's leave you right here. The trick is to leave it someplace useful, but where it's not going to be getting in the way. There we go. Why do I keep thinking these things will be found right next to where they fell? I mean, given the propensities of these people, they could be scattered to the winds. In fact, it's starting to increasingly seem like that's precisely what's happened. Because I don't know where some of this stuff could be hidden. Dude, we are reaching the point in sleepiness that I never thought possible. I haven't felt this in years. We're getting to the point where my eyes are like slowly drifting closed and then my head starts to kind of roll a bit. But the show must go on. And here I am mopping this weird Dynahorse thing. Sounds a lot like some of what I heard before. And that confirms me more than if it was a terrifying noise I'd never heard before in my life. So congratulations for that one, museum. So from here, yeah, we can see this entire room, which means that this over here would have to be the same for the area we were just working on a minute ago, right? Hey, look, it's the big version of the statues we can steal. Which makes it all the more painful to put them back, I must say. Oh my, that wind is really picking up out there now. Okay, you're full. And now you're gonna be good. Back. And remove the bloody handprint from the railing as the final piece of the puzzle. Okay, we're still missing one of you. And I bet it's over on this wall over here. Well, I guess not. They're still pretty bad. And we're going to bring them to justice. Right after we bring this thing down. Oh, that's right. We never got the other one from the other guy's exhibit from the band. Okay, we'll have to remember to do that. This is also home to the head of Sarah's restricted research department. Huh, so that's really all this is. This just goes down to the back area where we were before. And we gotta make sure that this is in place. But other than that, let's just see about getting these bones to their rightful owners, right? You definitely look like Tal. But are you not? Or are you maybe just a section of Tal that doesn't go on yet? We clocked that weird tailcloth thing pretty much right away. You got knocked off just now. Oh, come on, I am causing so much destruction that shouldn't even be possible. Okay, maybe it needs other pieces. Where did I drop the other one? There'll do it. Right there.
Please, don't come back to life.
That's what I said. That's what I was saying earlier. And the 4-year-old me knows you just gotta be careful not to put on the skin. I just noticed the gore up on that wall there. as you say at the beginning of every job, it is going to be a long night. Let's get you cleaned off and go back to focusing on bodies. The wind, my lord. So, get you back into place. Did we already remove stuff up here? Honestly, I'm so losing track of time right now. I mean, look, if God didn't want this to be a fun activity, why did he make our blood glow like this under UV light? That's honestly just cruel at that point. Give us these sets of game mechanics that are really satisfying and then tell us not to ever use them for any reason. And not to be morbid, but I do think it might be satisfying work in real life too, right? I mean, if you're the kind of person who has the stomach for this, you probably treat it like any other cleaning. Alright, everybody decided when they died that they were just gonna go roll around on the walls and floors all willy-nilly. Look at that, it was blank. Somebody decided to create their own art piece. That is all the way down there. So we're gonna mop for this one, and it's super effective. Well, at least until it runs out. What's over here then? Cafeteria.
Looks like a VIP area, but shouldn't it be off limits?
Nick Knight. Nick Knight was the player who won. As for the rest, I do wonder if any of them are people we should know. But anyway, we have to go ahead and bring some of that water up here. This whole thing really is just a big message, a way to subconsciously tell the player to stay hydrated. See, it's weird and concerning that we're following a very thick blood trail, and we have yet to catch even a hint of the body it might have come from. I mean, how could somebody lose this much blood and still keep moving? There we are. Good as new, everybody. Thank you. Where do we keep this chair? No, seriously, where does the chair go? Down here? Are you kidding me?
I need to clear the way first.
Okay, there you go. Way's clear. And that also tells us there's nothing that needs cleaning off of it. Is this a VIP area? These look like some very comfy, cozy couches. So I mentioned before that I used to do like theater work before I did YouTube. I would go and record stage shows to be made into trailers or DVDs or what have you. And there was this one place that we repeatedly worked for, and it was owned by this guy. Really nice guy, really cool, but like just all over the place when it came to running it as a business. But he also put like a lot of heart into it. Like he was good with DIY stuff and all that. And so he did like a lot of flooring himself. He did a lot of maintenance himself. And there was this one time. Where I was over at this bar that he had in the place. And I was just kind of like sitting on one of the stools and we were talking about it. And it came out that there was a local Dave & Buster's that was going out of business. And so he just took his truck and he went around to the dumpsters and filled up. Can't even be mad about that. You know what? Let's set a goal for ourselves. A random goal. But one that should make this easier. Let's completely clean the central exhibition. Because look, we've already got 74% of all blood, something which we can easily increase. And just picking an area and sticking with it, that's why I feel so overwhelmed, I think. That's why I feel so tired and like I can't properly commentate. Because it all just seems so overwhelming. This is the first time it's really gotten the better of me. But it need not do that. There we go. Now, as for garbage, it may be priceless historic garbage, but as far as we're concerned, it's garbage nevertheless because it is evidence. Are these supposed to be dinosaur eggs? Because if so, I don't know who you report that to, but you've clearly not reported it to the right people. There we go. There we go. There we go. So you guys do belong. A set. And unfortunately, not just something I can steal from work then. Here we go. And Pterodactyl got a real beating here. Well, your sacrifice was worth it in the name of science. There we go. Ooh, and there we go. This art gallery is in a dire state if this kind of thing just keeps happening and they're just not doing anything about it. I mean, I know that the manager is in on it, is in fact possibly the ringleader, but even still...
To empty the trash can first.
I do, don't I? Okay, let's start just piling these things up out here. And start working our way toward the rest of the bodies. Yep. Keep on going until it says we're completely full up. There's no reason not to. And now once we are, we can also toss that out and combine these bags. So he said that we can even do this beyond where we combined last time. So I'll try it. But who even knows at this stage? Anything for efficiency, that's the thing. You do this job, you think, okay, it'll just be an idle thing that I play while I'm doing other stuff. But the more you play, the more the other stuff fades away. Okay, I'm just pushing a little deeper in over and over, and then picking up bodies when I finally get close enough. It's a very methodical process. You can't rush an artist. Oh, look, there's so much. Okay. This is going to end up being a job for... How can I combine you? Okay, it doesn't seem like I can combine any further. I kind of thought that I could. Game rules. Modern Art Night, paint it with blood. Last man alive wins. Only one winner claims the prize. You can't surrender. You can't bring anything from the outside. You can't use anything found in the building. Or, sorry, you can use anything found in the building. Well, we saw that. If you find the supply box, you can use its contents. You'll be led to different starting locations. The game starts on a signal. You can't leave the building. You can't enter the VIP zone. Any rule breach results in death. Good luck.
I think I've seen this film before.
Oh, we've seen many, but the problem is, who were these people?
Longsword or katana. Let's call it a draw.
See what he did there? Because I drew it. Of course, mine's nicer. Okay, enough of that. Enough playing around with what is clearly a very serious topic. And let's haul your carcass down to Plastic Town, huh? Up to 85% of blood. Find misplaced exhibits 9. That number is, if anything, only climbing now, which really worries me. That's 6 bodies, after we've still failed to find whatever was up top. If there's like gaps where I'm not commentating, I'm having to stop myself when I realize I'm not commentating. and kind of jump back into the game, this is the most tired I've ever been while recording a video, by far. I mean, honestly, I was almost passing out 12 hours ago, and yet here we are. This Zen game might be doing its job a bit too well, if you ask me. Where was the bucket? Okay, we're already cleaned up. You are coming with me. I can't believe there's still 4 bodies we're missing. Like, where are these gonna come from? I used to really love the idea of being really sleepy, but just kind of walking around. Now it makes me so uncomfortable. Huge change from then to now. Maybe it's because back then I didn't really have anything to do. I mean, I think a lot of the changes in my preferences in life can be chalked up to just different priorities. Come on. And back then I had no responsibilities, I had nothing to do but waste the day away, and so I wasn't really losing out on anything by sleeping whenever. Now everything is much tighter schedule. I think I value the sleep more than I value the disoriented feeling. Okay, the issue with this main chamber is even just finding everything. No, actually, yeah, no, look at this. Not only is there a lot more to this, but Sue the T-Rex claims even more victims. Wow. Okay, let's go. I'd actually thought for a while about doing, like, a specific series, maybe Garry's Mod, maybe other stuff like this, where it was going to be just about playing games while about to pass out. And I'm really double thinking that now, or I'm second guessing it, because that sounds absolutely horrible. If what I'm feeling right now is anything to go on. Okay. Let's clean all of this. I mean, you even permitted anybody to use anything you find inside the building. What do you think was gonna happen? Of course, this all takes place in a funhouse. And a bathroom where we can refill. Bit of a consequential stall game here, thankfully. It looks like this is kind of a safe room. Well, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't safe for them, which is why they didn't think to hide here, which is good for me, thus making it my safe room. Okay, let's wash off the sponges and the mop. And get back out there, closing all of these so they don't get in my way. I guess that's all the blood in the central exhibition, so that's good to know. Anything in the crate? No. Despite this place being closed off, it seems like somebody cleaned it out.
It's not how it usually works.
The Gift of Guilt by Zach DePaterno. No one will know I took this, but I will. Sucker born every minute, huh? Okay, you know what? Let's bring, in a room full of priceless pottery, maybe the power washer isn't the best thing for this. Maybe there are scalpels where I'm using a hammer. But also, who really cares? Let's place you down. I feel like a little fiddler crab. Or who are they? The little guys with the little spindly things and they spin stuff to clean it, like shrimp? I feel like one of those guys for these things. Guys, I'm tired. Just leave me alone. Let's go up on one of these, right? Or not, I suppose. Ugh. Well, you know what? If you're broken into a trillion tiny pieces, then it doesn't even matter anymore, does it? So let's just toss you out there. All this is mine. Thank you. There's another dinosaur bone that I've just discovered. My god, why aren't I stealing these? I could sell them right back to this museum. There we go. There's probably something to do with walking through those doors in a certain order, right? I should check if they follow a similar color pattern to the screens we had to change. There we go. And returning the collarbone of the ancients reveals that there's even still more to find. Oh, you go on the other side here.
Triplets are back together.
So where did you come from? Well, that's another question altogether. And also, what counts as a misplaced exhibit and what counts as moving furniture back into place? All right, yeah, this is definitely where we use the power washer. So we'll drop you here. Biggest problem in some of these areas is just faucet starvation. And now that we have all these points, it's becoming a bit easier to go back and forth. You know what's something I said I would do like 2 or 3 years ago, but I never did, since all I can think about right now is sleep deprivation, as Kowalski has no doubt felt on many of these long sleepless nights. That was the idea of falling asleep in VR. And that's something that I really want to do because I feel like that would be extremely disorienting, which is a feeling I always like to explore. Only issue is I'm worried that I would end up breaking the Index's headphones. But yeah, as long as there's nothing physical to be blown away, the power washer actually extremely good here. It's also very limited by range. I wonder if we can increase that with upgrades. There we go. You are completely empty. Like, not even a glass half empty, glass half full kind of scenario, just empty entirely. There's no positive way to look at it. So many little splotches. I think afterwards we're gonna have to come through here with the UV light. It's gonna be a necessity. Look at this. Are you talking to me? Well, wait. If I bring out this thing, can I refill it from you? No, we cannot. In fact, we can only cause destruction that way. So I'll just fill you up right here. Oh, hey, it's another little treasure. Just kind of sitting in amid the broken stuff. And there is quite a liminal staircase going upward. I wonder what kind of treats hide beyond. Look, it's a museum level, and this is a game full of secrets, meaning this game is no doubt lousy with them. So let's get through that stuff as quickly as we can. Hello? Why can't I put it down? Where is it? Oh, it was already down. I'm sleep deprived, guys. This is what happens. I am actually extremely interested in states of sleep deprivation. I mean, the things that you start to see. And just like the weird thoughts that start to creep in. Like, I'm not even talking about hallucinations and such. I'm just talking about these like waking dreams where you start to just accept these random thoughts. Because it can truly be something as simple as, like, you know, you're just sitting there zoning out, staring at the TV. Maybe you're watching Ghostbusters or something, and you'll be like, Bill Murray will be here any minute to unclog the drain. And you just accept that uncritically. And after a few seconds, you catch yourself accepting that uncritically. And you're like, whoa, that's really weird. I don't know, stuff like that. It's hard to imagine being in such an out-of-it state until the very moment that you're in it. Even if you've been in it before, it's hard to imagine. Because we imagine our lucid selves perceiving that weird state. By the way, this is a real precarious situation. It's a good thing we didn't aim that pressure washer over here. Do not feed the ducks. Hey, are we missing somebody? Look at some of these exhibits. They're references to movies. They are references to movies, so that probably is Taxi Driver. That would be, no doubt, Fight Club. Oh god, I am gonna have a lot of fun with this. Spider-Man. That one took me a second because I thought it was blowing a balloon animal. 7. The Shining. That little Shelley Duvall duck. And, that could be either Poltergeist or Videodrome. More likely Poltergeist. And you're just kind of hanging out in here. I love how a lot of these boxes actually do look like they were properly looted. Alright, let's get ourselves upstairs then. I'm really curious to find out what goes on beyond the velvet rope. Oh my, am I playing a Void Place map? Ugh. Did Pink Black have a hand in this? Better luck next life.
Was it really that funny to the almighty VIPs?
They're billionaires, of course. I have a feeling that once we get close enough, you are going to fall. So I'm going to preempt that by picking you up first and just kind of looking at that dinosaur bone hovering in the air because this place is haunted. Looks like there's a whole lounge that's completely sealed off. I think we stood above it a moment ago. But any body we remove is another step closer to being done for the night. Actually, oddly enough, once I started talking about sleep deprivation, it kind of gave me a second wind. This is going to be like a really interesting video to come back and watch later, just to kind of study me in this environment. Okay, you can go here. You can go here. No, come on. You can go back here. We actually have made a lot of progress, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it. Where did you go, sir? I'm not seeing where, so I'm gonna have to look around some more. But it doesn't even matter. I never did finish with this central chamber. Well, tell you what, we need the garbage bags. So that's something we know right off the bat. Unless we overshoot it. The painting probably counts as misplaced furniture. Or an exhibit, I don't know. That number has just kept going up this entire time. But then again, maybe it only shows it when we see some of these things for the first time. Either way, even if the police came across all this stuff, I really don't think they'd ever be able to guess what actually happened. There's gotta be a place for you. I need there to be a place for you so I can earn my place for me. Alright, let's clean in here. That'll start us working towards the other, like, loungy area. Meanwhile, there's a dinosaur bone which needs to be repatriated. I remember I saw something here before. No. Ah, you're missing a toe.
Time comes hope you will spare me.
That's really funny that you're still on this line. Like, it wasn't a one-off joke. You really are as nervous as I was about putting this thing back together. That is adorably funny. Now, okay, I'll move this back here. You to here. Oh, look at that, a little raptor claw. You go somewhere, no doubt. But I'm not sure where you would. I'm not sure where a lot of things would. Oh, they're musical and interactive. Okay, there's probably a puzzle regarding that then. And I'm not sure I'm gonna have the patience for it. What did I do with my stuff? Was there anything up here that still needed doing? I don't think so, but this all seems highly dangerous to be accessible to the public. Which is why I'm guessing it wasn't. Or at least why it wasn't anymore. You hear that wind threatening to push my window in? I guess that's why they call it a window, huh? No, but this is actually potentially a problem. Anyways, let's do all this so that we can gain access to the parkour course. A lot of that red furniture is most certainly going to go here, so at least we know where to bring that stuff to. You there, and you there. Man, sometimes you really gotta wonder just what the play-by-play was. I mean, we always see these people's final fate, but not necessarily what led them to it. This here looks like it was a deadly game of Ring Around the Rosie, where they were just kind of stabbing each other and bleeding all over the place and trying to dodge around. It honestly feels uniquely horrible, and I'm guessing that none of them were willing participants in this. It's just the question of then where did they come from? I mean, human trafficking explains the what, not the who or the how. Where do we put you? There must be something, right? I mean, besides the cash and meth in here, which, I don't know, I guess that gives you, like, some kind of power-up? You know, where does all this go? I mean, you can come back here. Share goes up on there, but I still don't have anything for this. Well, let's just climb up there and claim our prize and even clean as we go, because we are better than anyone who came before us. Looks like somebody tried for it. Oh, can we really not? Well, there we go. You can pick it up, but does it go somewhere? This is going to be among the tougher maps to get together, which is weird because it doesn't really even have the most hidden things. It's just a whole lot of things really far apart from each other. There we go. I just want to put something like this. Oh, hey, look, they painted with their own watercolors. That's always nice to see. It's also apparently only 46% of all blood. I, regardless of circumstances, never settle for only 46% of all blood. We can bring this back inside. You... wait. Where was the little cabinet thing? You? over here. Oh, hang on. A lot of this stuff is going to need to be brought upward. Well, that makes it awkward to figure out what goes where, doesn't it? Oh, thankfully, we fall through these beams.
Red to red.
There. That doesn't mean we're done, not at all. Still gotta remove all this. Something's moving by itself over there, so that's always cool. You're clean. You're about to be. There we are. Oh, here you... Oh my god. Stuff just keeps falling down. Alright, well look. This is a yellow chair. So we know that that means it goes back to here. Oh my god, it's just gonna be so much of this. It's just gonna be so much of this.
To yellow.
I mean, this level is so cool in concept, but it's gonna take so much time to just do all this. All the little things that need to be found. Okay, well, let's get it out of here.
I can't put it back like that.
No, but I can. Let's get all this off. I really do find that clearing the clutter makes it easier to look at all this, because a big part of this is not just looking at the mess in front of you and thinking, nope, screw this. Not doing it. Somebody else's mess, not my problem. But it can't be like that. You gotta segment it, that's the key. And this map is very segmented, it's just that it has us doing a lot of the boring work. Will you go back up? It looks like you should be able to. Maybe if we close all your drawers? Would you do it for a Scooby snack? There you go. Haha, you didn't conclude negotiations, so you don't get a Scooby snack. Instead, I get a Scooby snack. What am I talking about? You ever had Scooby snacks?
Cleaning comes before fixing.
I'm not talking about the gummies. I'm talking about the sort of like cinnamon chocolate cracker things.
First.
They're incredible. I actually would go into a haunted house for a Scooby snack.
Gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
There we go. Not able to put it back for a minuscule amount of blood on the bottom. Although I am glad that it points it out, don't get me wrong. This game is using this opportunity in particular to give us a very different environment. Or rather, a set of different environments. A place where everything is topsy-turvy. This is Wonderland, as far as the developers are concerned. Don't even do that. Okay, you probably can go right here. No, you're not supposed to go here. But there are a bunch of these things out there. Now, where does something like you go? That's the problem. 'Cause you can go anywhere. Wait, is this actually a carpet? Does this count as carpet? Because if so, that's extraordinarily annoying. Uh, 87% of blood. But astonishingly not all. Alright, we should also probably return your cooking pot. Which coincidentally didn't need to be cleaned to be put back. Do you see what I mean? Every area, it's just so much. There is so much going on here. I'm gonna have to start making use of this tool more often. I really don't like using stuff like this. I don't like having this immersion-breaking feature. But at a certain point, it's all we can do. Okay, we take you from here. And that gold globe over here is what we need. Dude, there's going to be things so far away from each other. I may not even take the 100% on this one. There we go. Oops, sorry. We haven't even gotten all the bodies yet. That's the crazy thing. That's what bears repeating. I mean, some of these objects are really cool. But if I can't find where these things came from, then how am I supposed to do anything? Perhaps you were back here. There we go. Blood was replaced by love after love was replaced by blood. I would say that seems fitting, but I would have no idea what I was talking about. Anyway, we can drop you down here. The idea of a shared walkway to the VIP area, which overlooks 2 separate rooms, is kind of a cool one, I'll admit. You can go right in here. Thankfully, it seems like nobody really decided to fight too much for this area. Oh my god. Well, hey, at least somebody left $100 on the ground in the middle of all this blood. Anyway, we can come over here and toss this out. Which things do we still need? You, for one. Right there. Thank you. Although we're still missing a couple of them. So there is still some to be done up in the VIP area. Right now, though, what I'm more concerned about is breaking the boards on that one glass door so that we can get a closer area with water. Oh, hey, yeah, no, just leave your drugs out on the table. That should probably count as evidence to be hidden. These things, I love these countertops. Am I getting distracted? I might be. Oh, come on. Sometimes I'd rather things break, but other times that's not at all the case, and it's just controls screwing me up. Like that. Like, why can't I even move this stuff right now? Okay, now we could use our axe, seems more fitting for the job, but I'm honor bound to not leave until this sword has drawn wood. Thank you. Now. Being very careful not to hit the wine bottles. That stuff is expensive, and I should probably be the one selling it. That's the thing, is that I act like I'm so low for my station, but the entire time, I'm digging up dirt on my employers. Big Jim and everybody who makes use of his services. Really, there's a reason for the almighty janitor quote. The janitor knows everything about everyone. There we go. Yeah, a lot of the time it is easier just to clean up broken bottles than to figure out where they go. You, sir? You've got, like, nothing left, right? Come on. I would be lying if I said this didn't look a lot better than it did before. It's just a question of there's still so much to do after all this time. Wipe all this up. Man, this place was a massacre. Like the cafeteria specifically, not even the entire museum. This is uniquely bloody. Now let's bring you up. Oh my god. There is nothing clean. There is nothing clean. There is no space left uncluttered. And that means that from my perspective, everyone who was brought here deserved to die. The billionaires, the poor people forced to fight. Just all awful all the way around except for me. And Elena and Dexter. Okay, this is one of them delicate sponge jobs. There we go. Yep. Never mind. Never mind. I just need all this stuff filled in is all. Oh, which of these things still needs a table? Well, the guy upstairs does. I know that for a fact. Thank you. And I think for the first time since the beginning, both of our buckets are reunited. It's just that this has been a much more... We've shifted to a much more power washer focused paradigm. Like some kind of power washer simulator. Anyways, we're dumping laptops and stuff on the floor, which is not good. You get up here. Dude, how do I even know where this stuff goes? Like, I can tab it, but that's not enough. Hello? Is that drugs? Yes, thank you. Money? Yes, thank you. Broke that laptop, so somebody's not going to be happy about that. Actually, a lot of stuff left behind. You wouldn't think this stuff would be just, like, here, like, overnight. Oh, come on. Oh, nice big wad of Benjamin sitting on the couch there. And another... Alright, let's go see what this guy's story is. Right after we mop up all the blood from underneath them. Well, we found another of the yellow seats. And you were wielding a guitar. You may have used it. So it looks like you were the one wielding it.
You must have had some other plans then, just to participate in their game.
Well, that's probably punishable by death anyway, so what does it really matter? Okay, so these go in places like this, which means that shares, we do much the same. There you are. And I guess we can place these like that. Okay, so right up against the columns, that's how we know. That is how we know. They are never gonna forgive us for what we're doing to these laptops. Thank you. All of this. And all of this. But I still feel like it's salvageable and I should be able to get money for it. There we go. CEO says, busy tonight. Text me if anything happens. Then I will keep you updated. Crimecoin is suddenly rising in value. Should we buy? I'm telling you, it's gonna skyrocket soon. Boss? Hello? Can I buy it? Boss, it's urgent. Answer, please. Well, besides the fact that I was holding this phone upside down...
It's probably crashed by now.
What you said and what was in the subtitles are two different things, but yeah. I was thinking before, if this was all the plan, what could go wrong? I think we know what could go wrong. The dogs bite back. There we are. There we are. We need more of these things, though. Yeah, at this point, it really is just an endless thing where we're just moving furniture back and forth. According to this, there's still 10 more things to find. Come on. Like right here. Oh my god. I am very nearly falling asleep while doing this. Thankfully, we don't need to clean up the entire mess. Like, we can do dumb stuff like leave a laptop on the floor. But it still doesn't seem right, does it? First to kill, Barry Barrel, 7,000. First to die, Nicole Cherry, 10,000. Most kills, Yasuke Yuzuki, 20,000. Last man standing, Nick Knight, 40,000. Find secret room, Naoi McCurry, 5,000.
I guess you can put a price on human life.
There's some who do it all the time.
That guy must have really spoiled their fun.
Other than that, though, doesn't seem like there's a ton here. Well, besides the entire brick next to some $100 bills on the counter. Thank you. What about this? Does this count? There's so many things. Oh, what we found was actually the gaming chair. How did it get all the way over to the bar? I suppose it doesn't matter now. More $300, more stuff. It's even after all this, it still wants so many things. And this is just this room. We went from trying to clean it up from being a bloody mess to trying to make it proper for opening tomorrow. And it's this part that I actually dislike the most. $100, not quite sure what that was. But the unidentified mystery substance doesn't lie. Okay, I know that there's a body in here. Oh, struggle against a face. Once again, I would absolutely love to have been a fly on the wall during all that. But at a certain point, we are like a couple hours into this, and I still have not recovered every body. Starting to get a bit ridiculous. Ooh. Okay, I think I know some of what goes here. It really is just a matching game. Every artifact we need to return is in among others of a kind. And we need to make sure that that kind is together. So for example...
I also wonder what some people have in their heads.
I mean, you must. You're dealing with the aftermath, never usually the direct result, but the aftermath of people's strange decisions that don't make any sense to a rational actor. I suppose that one doesn't count as needing to be cleaned. Well, imagine if it did. We are. There's just a little bit of blood left. Right after we're done playing the utility room. No. No! I didn't like that at all. My flashlight wasn't working either. Jesus, when I'm sleep deprived like this, why is it now that you decide you're gonna have all of these jump scares just all of a sudden? Not quite jump scares, but you know what I mean. You're really freaking me out with this one. And it's like stuff the game hasn't done up until now. Get you back into place. You back into place. Let's put the band back together now. There we are. You're gonna want guitars back in your hands, right? I know where there's another one. But man, this has got to be the widest spread this stuff has been too. Whoever got to this stuff first would have made a real mess of the set. I'm kind of glad they didn't. we go. Is it just me, or is this place, like, weirdly quiet ever since we put your show back together? Man, we're pretty much 5 nights at the museum at this point. Oop, there's some money. Thank you. We were just finding rolls of $300 everywhere we look. Not that I'm complaining by any means. There's so much to do. And all this I almost forgot. I never did actually take you. Let's just get this stuff back together. The dinosaur is present at the scene of this murder as well.
You running away or stabbed in the back or both?
I don't see how those things are mutually exclusive. In fact, I think if I were about to be stabbed in the back, I would be running away as well. But hey, we don't pay you to think, right, Kowalski? Anyway, you get down there. There's only one body left, and I do not know where it is. Which is weird, because I've been through an awful lot at this point. Okay, you go right there. I'm not even having any shame in using the Q hints anymore. I mean, hey, I paid good points to upgrade that. And we've got another dinosaur piece. Out of 2. There you are. I'm guessing that the last one has something to do with the last body, right? We can bring this back to, where was it? To here. And that's yet another...
Now the Pharaoh's curse won't reach me.
Great. My problem is, once again, why am I playing the role of museum keeper and not, you know, crime scene cleaner? Mostly right now, I'm just on the hunt for body number 10.
An illusion of choice.
And an illusion I'm happy for. I really just want to get this done at this stage, but, you know, you've hyped it up so much, I'm a little concerned for what's going to happen when I finally fulfill this childhood fear. This game has the opportunity to really get me right now. I think that's all. Alright, there's you on the ground here. Most things are here. Right this way. We have found your place.
Lost
There you are.
Found.
I'm just trying to think of the things I've found and compare them to stuff I've seen in other places. Once again, this has been more of a matching game than Crime Scene Cleaner. That's why I'm cutting so much of it out. Like, it's not even super entertaining. And I know I don't have to do all of it, but you know, I would like to do most of it. Don't see anything here except for some more chairs that I need. Can we climb up here? Are you just trying to hide from it all? Maybe somebody found you here, or maybe you were injured. God, imagine that, getting injured during all of this, knowing you're not getting out, and just kind of trying to find a place to be comfortable. Even if this bed isn't a real bed, maybe it reminded you of the room you came from. Maybe I'm taking this Hunger Games parody a little bit too seriously.
Sorry, I am late for your deathbed confession.
Let's go then. The 10th of 10 bodies, you are well hidden. There we are. We can leave the crime scene when we're ready, but we're not ready. Because I So some Benjamins over here. And it's for my daughter. So you're not allowed to criticize anything I do. This goes at the head of the table. Hey, money up here too. You really gotta look in every little crevice in order to find this stuff. Because the lootables are the things it gets really creative with. I like that about it. I like how it encourages you to do that in a way that isn't just like, it would be really annoying if it did that via having to scrub every little crack to get 100%, you know? Oop. Some more in there as well. Okay, now we know that all statues come back down here. And once you know that, this becomes a whole lot less annoying. You there?
Where you belong.
Alright, whole band's back together. Imagine if they started playing once that happened and not just when we fully walked onto the stage. According to this, there's still things missing. I don't know what that would be. Now that I know that this was an art piece, I think it's really funny that somebody tried to put it through the hoop. They actually succeeded, it just didn't fit.
There you go.
So, you know, I guess they deserve some props for that, right? Be back in place. Come on, 2 more things. Easy now. Easy now. You're good. I have no idea where a bunch of the rest of these things could possibly be. You there? There we go. Okay, well that's the cafeteria completely done. I don't even know why I'm spending my time on this. The crime scene cleaning part is already done. It's just a matter of making sure that everything is together in the morning. Does that count as feeding the ducks? Some money right here. But at this point, I'm really just editing it down to like a couple seconds at a time.
A way to
Hey.
spice up the bloodshed.
This was pretty well hidden. Whoever had this would have had a much easier time. I guess we're not removing all these crates that tell everyone everything they need to know. And I guess it's not my problem. Oh, hey, wait, there's something up there, and it's changing. Oh, I get it. It's stairs. Stairs which we need to manipulate a bit in order to get up, but yeah. This is gonna be so annoying. Jumping on top of stuff has a tendency to push you a few inches after where you're trying to go. But anyway. So also, we can get on top of here. Secret hunting is honestly one of the best parts of this game. But I've got several things I do not know how to mess with. You, however, I do. I just thought I was going to get another cassette tape. You are a golden box. You're part of the game. And we can close it behind us. I guess during the game somebody did find this and earned some serious cash. Cash which I would like. Well, it may not be 50 grand, but it's certainly something. And the funny thing is, I'm sure whoever found it would have much rather have had, like, a gun or something. Crazy how priorities change depending on what stressors are currently in your life, huh? Here's one. There we go. So I've started to realize that furniture and misplaced exhibits are one and the same. So if we see misplaced exhibits, right now that means that there's two things here that shouldn't be here. And the one piece of furniture is this round ball thing. So we need to find something that looks like that, even if it looks right. And the problem is something that should be there but isn't will appear as a blue indicator when we press Q. Something that is there will not reveal itself at all. So that's a huge blind spot in this system, especially for this level. Alright, there's you. That is this area done. Which means we don't really need to hang out upstairs anymore. So that's nice. That narrows things down considerably. This one was out here. Once more, we need to get up really, really high in order to deal with it, so more platforming. There we go. That's all bad, but there's still something missing. You right there, thank you. That's the east wing. Now, all we have is central and you and another. Oh my god, the location of some of these things is really pissing me off. But there we go, that's that. And now all we know is that there's something in here that is probably out here. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's been... I'm not kidding, it's been like 3.5 hours for the total record session, and like a majority of it has just been trying to deal with this. Alright, here you go. But there's still something else. Wait, how can there be misplaced exhibits here if there aren't any tasks left in any of the other places? You know what? I'm gonna bet that it's this. Watch. I'm gonna bet that it's this. I'm actually gonna solve this mere moments after I noticed it. So this doesn't look like a music thing. This does. So let's take this off. The fact that you can place things in the wrong spots is absolutely astonishing. But you go up here. Thank you. You're done. I am right. There you go. Everything. That's everything. 100%. We're leaving. Goodbye. Oh, also there were a bunch of dead bodies here 2 hours ago. I never did figure out that duck puzzle, but whatever. We should at least get perfect cleaning score. All that. I'm curious to know how many secrets we missed. Wind hasn't lit up one bit. There we go. We definitely got a whole lot of tapes. Wow, another 10,500 for a total of $25,000. And it wasn't even a colossal number of hidden stashables. It was just a whole lot of $300 rolls. Look, $8,700 in cash. Well, we're certainly getting our points worth anyway. 4 tapes, and wow, only 2 Wait, so does that mean there was nothing with the duck thing? That's bizarre. So there's 2 rows of ducks, 1 big one, a spot to stand in, a don't feed the ducks sign, and a missing duck in the pattern, and you're telling me that there's nothing to them. Okay. Well, we just popped a couple of achievements for that. Honestly, of all the missions we've undertaken, covering that one up feels like among the most evil, if not the most. But where are you, Dexter? I get worried. Dexter? There you are.
Dexter, what are you doing up, boy?
But once again, the back door is open. That was a really cool concept for a level with a huge amount of room for creativity. And it may seem like a bit of a breather story after the things that were much more personal and impactful the last couple of missions, but I think it goes a long way towards showing the world that all of this is in, how corrupt it is at every level, and how an honest person is actually probably in the minority here. With some of what we learned here, it's almost like we haven't been sucked into the criminal underworld, so much as when we proved our abilities, we were invited into the big club, and that seriously changes the way we see things. I'll tell you what else changes the way we see things is the fact that with our daughter coming back, do we give this up? Can we give this up? Or is it just too good? Can we go back? Have we gotten used to this lifestyle? I don't know, but all of that will have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.